Well, good morning folks, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another review video. It's midday in Slovenia and we are at Ljubljana International Airport, which is the main airport in the country of Slovenia. So we're looking at the new payware scenery by Scenic routes. Downloads at 2.3 gig and it installs at quite a large 39.5 gigabytes, so this is very extensive scenery. It's available only from SimMarket. They do have a website and a Facebook page, details of which I will put up in a moment, but the scenery itself is available for SimMarket. Price is €23.99, which equates to $27.82 US, or £20.41 UK pounds. Those prices include tax or VAT, which will vary of course depending on your country that you purchase this scenery from. As you can see, this airport sits in a beautiful location with high mountains. There's lots of high terrain to the north and the west of the airport, so it can be fun when things get into low visibility, but it's a beautiful location. Some highlights of the scenery for you: over 150 3D models with all with PBR texturing, a hyper-realistic ground imagery taken from one of their drone cameras during a survey. They've updated the airport data for the stands and taxiways. They've got animated flags, over 10 or 11 real-world cars and predominant static traffic. Interior modelling and texturing on all visible areas of both terminals, animated buses and carts. Correct placement of edge and taxiway lights based on real-world placements. Navigation aids are correct as of 2021, this year. Animated jetways, which is excellent. Realistic trucks and oil stains. Fully matched realistic dynamic lighting and window emissives. And fall and winter seasons friendly. And they also have airport security and ground crew equipment, which we'll all take a look at. So this will be fun. Okay, let's take you through some of the history. Ljubljana Airport is the main international airport in Slovenia, previously known as Brnik Airport, that's spelt B-R-N-I-K. It's the largest airport in Slovenia and of course is the country's main international airport. It's located 15 miles or 24 kilometers northwest of the city of Ljubljana and 6 miles, 9.8 kilometers east of the Kranj, near the foothills of the Kamnik-Savinja Alps, which are what you can see on the right hand side there. Airport was opened in December 1963, replacing Polja Airport in the former municipality of Polja near Ljubljana, which served as the city's airport from 1933 and was Slovenia's first civilian airport. Regular flights from the new airport at Brnik began in January 1964. In June 1991, 2 days after Slovenia's independence from Yugoslavia, the Yugoslav People's Army began its military operations within the country and the airport was bombed during the first day of the war. 4 Adria Airways airliners also took serious damage from the Yugoslav Air Force. Finally, on 29th of June, the soldiers at the airport surrendered to Slovenian forces who surrounded the entire facility overnight. And their fighting officially ended on the 7th of July with the Brioni Agreement. In 2007, the then centre-right government proposed renaming the airport from Aerodrom Ljubljana to Ljubljana Jože Pučnik Airport. I probably pronounced that wrong. Jože Pučnik was a Slovene public intellectual dissident, politician and leader of the democratic opposition of Slovenia between 1989 and 1992. In December 2004, the airport received its first millionth passenger. Overall, the airport handled 1.7 million passengers in June in 2019. With the growing air traffic and Slovenia's entry into the EU, the airport authorities prepared a redevelopment plan for the passenger terminal. Expansion was to be carried out in various phases. The second phase of the terminal expansion included the new terminal, and the old Terminal 2 was scrapped. In 2014, the Slovenian government began privatisation of the airport and sent it out to tender. The bid was won by Fraport, which in turn acquired 75% stake in the airport. The remaining shares were acquired in the following months, and the company began taking ownership of the airport to 100% capacity. So the airport has a single runway, 10,827 feet or 3,300 meters long. It's fully paved from asphalt. Runway 30 is equipped with an ILS approach, which is rated to category 3B. So that's the highest category for near zero visibility approaches. NDB and VOR approaches are also available. Runway 30 also has high intensity runway lighting, centerline lighting, high intensity approach lighting system version 2, touchdown zone lighting and precision approach path indicators. Runway 12 has high intensity runway lighting, centerline lighting, approach lighting system and the precision approach path indicators, but has no instrument approach. The airport is surrounded to the north and west by very high ground between 7,000 and 10,500 feet, as you can see. Over 20 airlines use the airport, including Adria Airways, which is the national carrier. So there you are, folks, a brief history of this airport, which has seen its fair share of problems in the past during the war, but now is a very popular and important airport, and certainly the main airport in this region, and a real challenge actually to land at. Great place to land at, especially in low visibility. So the airport is paid-wear scenery created by an organisation called Scenic Routes. Scenery is available only from SimMarket. Download is 2.3 gigs and the install is 39.5 gigs, so quite a large installation, but I'm getting the opinion that it's actually well worth that. So there you go, let's get right down close up and have a daytime look at this airport in detail. So to begin with, we'll start with a slow pan across the ramp here, just to have a look at the ramp and the markings generally. You can see static Adria aircraft there. FedEx unit over there, buses and various bits and pieces. The tarmac is interesting to say the least. It looks as though it's had some repainting done in real life, and they've done their best to emulate that. The building looks brilliant there. You can see the colours, and if you look online at this airport, photos of the airport, you can see that is realistic. It's pretty accurate. Looks great in the sunshine. So we've got plenty of static aircraft here, as you can see. Buildings are well structured, lots of really good texturing, lots of sharpness about the scenery as well. Really quite impressed with it, the way it looks. As we continue across the ramp here, I mean the detail on the buildings is excellent. Helicopter base here too. Interesting to have a look inside some of these hangars. Very nice indeed. Really excellent detail here. Work has been done, is brilliant. Look at the concrete there. So looking at the army helicopters there, I mean they look real, they look flyable. Excellent. Probably some of the best static models I've seen, I have to say. So nice parked cars, including a military truck there. Again, very detailed models, all in the right places, excellent shadowing. Fence line there is excellent. I mean, we're up really close and it's still ultra sharp. Quick look inside the hangar there. Okay, there's nothing in there, but the detail's excellent. The roof is complete. We're not seeing the sky through the empty building, which is really good. So here you can see the fire training ground, where just about every major international airport has one of these. Their fire services go and train regularly each month, set fire to an aircraft and practice. Again, we're up close to this fence line and it's ultra sharp. No blurriness, bad texturing, anything. This looks like a security gate. And up close to one of their fire trucks, as you can see, the model is beautifully done. This is excellent attention to detail. So again, just a close-up look at some of these vehicle models. As I have to say, probably some of the best I've ever seen. Really, really detailed, right down to when you look up close. Even the registration plates. So there you are, right up close to this model. It's only when you get really right up close that you start to see some blurring, but boy, are these really good. Some of the best I've seen. And once again, at the UPS building, again, excellent vehicle models, including the trucks. Building is sharp, road signs, fence line, everything sharp and beautifully detailed. And looking at the back of the UPS building, as you can see, very little left to chance. They've done work literally right up to the borderline. Really impressed with that. Petrol station and fuel farm, just a quick look. Again, a lovely attention to detail. The trucks are brilliant. The gates and the fence line, wonderful detail here. Again, it's only when you get really up close that you start to see some blurring in the lettering, but exceptional quality here. DHL building, again, it's been done to a very high standard, including the vehicle models, the right colour, the signage on the vehicles. And again, just like the UPS building, no details have been spared. They've done an excellent job. So just a quick look from our side at the FedEx building there, and I've spotted what appears to be one of the security gates, so we'll have a look at that. Aircraft models are quite good, and those are really great. I'm very impressed. When I first looked at those, I thought they were sort of sticking into each other, but actually, as you can see, they've been parked very carefully so that the wings don't catch with each other's, which is really good. So just a little look at this gate here. It's not exactly a security gate per se, it's a gate for going into the FedEx base. But again, we're right up close and the detail is really sharp. Right down to the logos and everything on the van. Again, looking landside into the FedEx compound, vehicles are excellent. There's a truck there. So just looking landside very quickly, here's one of the roundabouts going into the airport with signage on it. And just looking at this highway going away from the airport, just wanted to show you how detailed these signs are. This is a really amazing piece of work. The detail is exceptional. So a quick look at this cargo building landside before we have another look closely. Again, beautifully detailed, really exceptional. So let's just travel back in towards the airport landside and have a look at the detail from landside, see what it looks like. Again, signage is brilliant. There's your control gates going into the car park. So a little tour of the landside area here in front of the terminal. Again, the signage on the ground is really crisp and clear. Again, we get really close to the building, no blurring on that signage above. Really stunning. The road detail is good. The outside signs are crisp and clear. The hoardings are there left on the car park are also really crisp. Again, it's only when you get right close up that they start to blur. We're looking inside the terminal from the outside, as you can see, just amazing. We'll go inside in a minute to have a look. So that looks like the arrival side that we can see here. Everything is beautifully detailed, right down to the taxis and the correct registration signs on the taxis. This really is stunning. I mean, okay, I know there's a lot of people out there, a lot of simmers out there are going to say that this is a waste of time. We're pilots, we're not here to walk around the airport. I completely understand that point of view, but I also restate the fact that airports in the simulation, it's about bringing them to life. Okay, well, the one thing we don't see here are people. Maybe there are people inside, we'll see. It would be nice to see some outside here. It's not really a complaint, by the way, but when you're talking about atmosphere and bringing an airport to life, then obviously people are a major part. But you just cannot say that this airport doesn't have life. It's amazing. The detail is excellent, right down to the baggage vehicles there. This has lots to explore, and why not? Why would you not explore and enjoy this? Stunning, absolutely stunning. And there's our security man there. In fact, looks like an engineer really more than anything else. But absolutely stunning. The more I traverse over this airport, wherever I go, nothing but sharpness and detail, texturing. It all looks real. It looks really close to reality. Just fantastic. Really, really good. Right, here we are inside the terminal in the airside departure lounge, some of the gates there. Again, you can see the flooring, the seating, everything's been done to a very high degree of detail and texturing. The little shop signs are a bit blurred here, which I suppose I didn't expect really, because everything else is so sharp. It's kind of a little surprise when you see this, but no problem at all. It's really good. So just getting close up to one of the gates there. These are passenger coaching gates, as you can see. We've got the coaching buses outside there waiting to take the passengers out to the aircraft. Everything down to the fire extinguisher. Beautifully done. Very nice indeed. So on the upper level, looking to the passenger gates where they have jetways. Again, you get up close and the detail is still pretty sharp. It's quite impressive. Very nice, very nicely done. There's another departure lounge entrance to a jetway. And looking out through the misted glass, you get that nice dulling effect because the glass is misted. Very impressive. So just looking at that building from the outside here, there's the coach there that we saw earlier on that takes the passengers out to the aircraft. Again, you can see beautiful detail on the outside of the terminal. And everything down to the police cars. Again, registrations are correct for the country. That's really quite something else. I can't get over that. Jetways look good. Misted glass. Let's just have a look inside. So there we are in the jetway looking out through the glass. And we've got what looks like a guy there talking to a stewardess. Unfortunately, there's not an aircraft attached to the gates. That's a pity. But a nice idea. And there we are, just looking at the jetway from the outside. And the signage on the airport terminal. And a nice little sort of thing of an engineer who's about to work the jetway looking from this side. Some nice touches about this airport, and with the detail it's just incredible. You really could go on forever. So as you can see, it looks stunning, absolutely fantastic. They've done an amazing job on the terminal, the buildings, the vehicles. Vehicles are exceptional, probably some of the best static models I've seen in the scenery so far. So this looks like the fire station, and again you've got exceptional vehicle models. Nice attention to detail. It's just it's really hard to find the right words at just how good this scenery is. And the range of vehicles and how well they're modelled is just really, really fantastic. So there you are, a small overview of the airport and some of the surrounding areas. and you can see just how fantastically detailed it is. So let's lower the light again. Let's go down to dusk and see what this looks like and how good the lighting is. We also get a chance, hopefully, to see what the ground taxiway lighting is like too. Okay, 10 to 5 in the afternoon local time, and I've just gone down to a light where, or to a point where the lights begin to come on and show some sort of real detail. It's not night time, but it is kind of dusk. Just to have a look at the lighting generally, as you can see, it's very subtle. Again, it's another example of how well you can do lighting in this simulator. So looking at the runways and taxiways, as you can see, you have the green centerline taxiway lighting, which is good, and you have the blue airfield edge lights, which denote the boundary of the airfield. So here we are looking at the main runway in use. This is runway 30, landing to the northwest. You can see the high intensity approach lighting system here in front of us. We've got the PAPIs, runway end identifier lights, touchdown zone lighting as well. Everything that's required instrument wise is there. And while we're here, just a high altitude overview of the region. As you can see how beautiful and stunning it looks sitting in the mountains. Cities and various points are lit up well, highway to the left there. Just an absolutely stunning location, and the lighting really makes it look good. Just beautiful. Amazing place to fly into, I would think, at in the dusk. Something I might try to do. So let's get down and have a close-up look at the ramp area airside of the terminal in this light. So just a quick look at the FedEx building before we take a tour across the ramp. One of the things I really like, and that's really important, certainly for me, is the lighting is accurate. The source of the lighting lights up the area it's supposed to light up. You look at these lights here. They actually light up the correct area. They don't light up over here or there. There's no spurious lighting, which I'm really happy about. So let's take a tour across the area, airside. So as you can see, the lighting is very subtle, really nicely done. I think this time I want to go under this arch and have a look. That's very impressive, and you can see the inside of the buildings lit from the outside, the terminal. As we carry on down the road here, the lighting again is very subtle. And there you can see inside the gate rooms. Really nicely done, and again we're up close to the signage and there is no blurring of the textures. And you can see they've got docking things here. It'll be interesting to see if these actually work. They have animated jetways, so it's a possibility that those might work as well. But as you can see, subtle lighting almost everywhere. Some of it's not lit because at the moment it's just sort of dusk. We're not really getting there yet. The important things are lit. But not everything is lit because we're just about dusk. It'll be interesting to see if that changes when we go to night. Here's an aircraft hangar with aircraft in it. That's really good. You've got the aircraft, you've got one of the ailerons drooping there. Obviously it's being repaired, and you've got the vehicle's high lifts and everything that's needed. Let's continue our tour here. And that looks like a jet provost. But again, really nice lighting, really subtle. Nothing fantastic, just what you need. So let's go landside and let's just take a tour of the landside area at this time of the evening. Okay, some lighting, not all of the car parks are lit. But again, some beautiful building lighting, beautiful touches in the way that the lighting looks. When you can see into that building terminal there. Let's come down a bit. And look at that, fantastic. Very nice indeed. And as we come to the airport entrance there, you can see lighting on the signage. Very nice. So approach the control tower here, just really want to see if there's anything inside. And yes, there is. Very nicely done. It's a touch blurry in here. Not really sure why this is blurry when everything else is sharp. But very, very nice. As you can see, beautiful subtle lighting wherever you go. But not all of the buildings are lit, as you can see here. They've done a nice job. I really like it. You do get, unfortunately, in almost every scenery I look at, you do get these floating orbs that Asobo put in to sort of artificially light the place. Which, as I say, they look pretty unrealistic, especially when you get up close. But in general, they do a good job in adding light to areas that possibly need it, but don't have an obvious light source. As you can see, if we go higher up and have a look at that same area from a higher vantage point, it doesn't look half as bad. They almost look like street lights, even though you can't see the poles. So just looking across the terminal area, airside and landside there, it's stunning. It's really, really good. And there's a view just looking at the runway exit point. You see you've got taxiway signs, various signage here as well, and the terminal is nicely lit in the right colours. Very, very nice. So let's take it down to night time and have a look and see how much of a colour change there is. So there we are, 7:30 in the evening. Literally night has completely fallen, and it does look nice. Again, you've got the runway, taxiway signs, everything you need to be able to taxi on and off the runway safely. The runway is well lit. So let's get down onto the ramp area and see what that looks like up close. So there's a look at one of the exit signs. Doesn't reflect into the glass, or into the grass rather, or into the asphalt, which is okay, but usually you'll see that if the texturing is really good. This looks a little better. You can see the ground mounting that the sign is mounted on, so that looks better. And the same is true there. Again, you can see the sign, the mounting that it's mounted on, it's well lit, and you've even got the drainage grate there as well. Just a little look at one of the Air Serbia models. Again, the detail's really good. This is an ATR 42 or 72. Really, really nice. Bit of blurring on the taxiway here as you get up close, but nothing that I'm really worried about at all. So again, as you can see, the green centerline taxiway lighting continues right into the stands, which is a very good thing. Okay, just a little pan across the ramp here. You can see the oil stains on the ramp. Looks really good. And also you can see there into the terminal, reflections on the glass. The colouring of the glass actually makes it look really good, and you can also see the bits and pieces on the lower floor as well as the upper floor. And we can see some light within the control tower, just enough, which is what you'd expect at this time of the night within the control tower. Just coming across to the FedEx building. Again, really nice lit. And the models, well, Army Vehicles models are just exceptional. Again, you get up close, no blurring of textures at all. Really, really good. So let's just take a tour of the landside part of the terminal. It looks wonderful, doesn't it? Partly because of how sharply everything has been done. You can see there through the glass, the stairwells, really, really wonderful. That's the arrivals area. Just looks exceptional. So there's the name that I probably totally didn't pronounce correctly at all. Even the hoarding signs, the advertising signs, very nicely done, very sharp. Well, that's an amazing building. It's a car park, and you can see you've got the emergency exit stairways. So if we go into the car park on one of the levels where some cars are parked, okay, these models not quite so sharp as the ones outside, but then at the end of the day they're in a car park and you probably wouldn't be looking in here. But everywhere you go, there are little details and things that really bring this airport to life. Simple things like road signs, entry barriers to car parks. And that's pretty impressive. So we go from landside towards the terminal, across the landside car park, and let's go inside the terminal building and have a look at how it looks with the night lighting. There you can see this is the arrivals part, and stairwell going up to the departures level. This is the top of the stairway that we looked at or saw a moment ago as we passed. And just a view of the lower level. This is the baggage area and check-in area. So there you've got arrivals and departures board. And the check-in booths. All really nice. There's the stairway and a couple of vending machines there to the right. So you've got both the escalator and the stairway there, which is good. And there's the security area, something I know an awful lot about, having spent nearly 40 years in aviation security myself. There you go, you've got your X-ray machines and your archway metal detectors. Many airports now are using body scanners, so you don't see, you still see X-ray machines where the baggage goes through and gets screened, and many of these archways are being replaced by body scanners. Some airports like Gatwick and Heathrow have both, where you get selected to go for one or the other. So Technology is moving on in the aviation security world, certainly since I left a couple of years ago. And this is a departure lounge shop, a bit different from the one we saw earlier on. Nice car there, ready to be won by some lucky passenger. And just looking across the shop. And again, airside gate room corridors. It's really, really nice. And there's a nice shot from outside showing you the view inside through the misted glass, with the sign of the airport there, and the lower level gate rooms as well. Not sure if these work. I've got a feeling they probably don't, because they seem to be fixed, but it might be something I'll try. I'll probably put up a flight, probably next week. We'll do a flight into Ljubljana and see what happens. But I have to say, it's an amazing job, beautifully done. Lighting, especially lighting, really brings this airport to life. So there we are, that's what it looks like at night, and you can see the runways and taxiways are also well lit. No problem at all making your landings or taxiings in the total darkness there. You can see the touchdown zone lighting. The edge lights, centerline lighting for taxiing, all the signage is good, no problem at all there. So let's have a look at dawn and see what this looks like at dawn. So at 6:45 in the morning, the sun's just about to rise. I've taken it up to dawn just about where the lighting is still there, and as you can see, it fits in well with the way the dawn looks. There's the right amount of lighting there. Beautiful mountains in the background. Still got a nice amount of lighting. Runway is still lit. And the taxiways. So let's bring the lighting up a bit more. So 7:15, just half an hour later. And you can see much of the lighting has disappeared now. There's the terminal area, but it looks beautiful in the sunrise. Just take a little pan across it here. I'm really impressed with this airport. They've done such a fantastic job. This is a company to look out for, I think. So there we are, 9:15 in the morning, and as you can see now, the sun is well up. And we have a really beautiful airport in a beautiful location. So, thoughts, opinions. This is a fantastic product. Okay, it's not cheap. It's probably one of the top end prices. £20, $23.99, nearly €24, getting on for $28 US. It's at the top end of the market. But then this is a big project, nearly 40 gigs of textures, compressed into a 2.3 gig download, which I think is really good that they've managed to get it that small. Do I like it? I think it's fantastic. It's one of the certainly one of the best airports I've seen. It's right up there with the likes of Fly Tampa, Pyrogue Dev Company, and to name a few others that do some fantastic stuff, Flightbeam. It has so much to it. It has everything the pilot needs, and it has everything for you to get around and explore. You get yourself in a helicopter and have a look around this local area. It's an airport, a wonderful airport set in a beautiful location. Okay, I know it's winter time now. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like in the winter, but it might be a challenge to land at. I'm not actually going to add the winter at the moment because I think really it probably would spoil this review, but it'd be interesting to see what landing in the winter here looks like, but we'll see what happens, see how that goes. But yes, I like this a lot. It's probably one of the really top end airports, and sceneries. It has everything you need, lots to see, lots to enjoy, and I'm very impressed with it. So I think Scenic Routes is a developer to watch out for. They do have a website. As I say, I'll put the details up in a moment along with all the prices and bits and pieces before we finish this review. But yes, I like it very much, and I will be flying in here in an adventure flight at some point in the near future. So thank you very much for joining me, folks. Hope this review has been helpful. Sorry if it's a bit long, but there's an awful lot of detail to cover. So much has been done so well, right down to some of the vehicles, even with their registration signs on the back of the vehicles. Fantastic. So thank you again for joining me. This is Lee, Virtual Airline Pilot, ending another video review. This is Ljubljana Airport in Slovenia. And just to say thank you very much to all the people who have subscribed to my channel. Thank you for your support. I'm slowly moving up. We'll see how it goes. So thanks again. I'm going to say bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.